Very good morning, students and dear friends. So, in this video, we will discuss our next phylum of animal kingdom, that is Mollusca. We will discuss their general characteristics first. So, the organism that this Mollusca phylum of animal kingdom, it forms the second largest phylum. It forms the second largest phylum of animal kingdom, and usually the organism that belongs to the Mollusca kingdom, they are aquatic in their habitat or they can be terrestrial. So they are found in both types of habitats, that is either aquatic or terrestrial. Now the organism belonging to Mollusca, they shows organ level of body organization, they are bilaterally symmetrical, they are triploblastic, means have 3 embryonic layers during their embryonic development, and they are true coelomates, that means they have true body cavities. Usually the organism belonging to Mollusca, they have unsegmented body. Their body is not broken down into segments, so they have unsegmented body, and this unsegmented body, it is covered by a calcareous cell. So their body is covered by calcareous cell. Further, their body is divided into 3 different body parts, that is head, the muscular foot and the visceral hump. So their body is divided into 3 regions, that is head, a muscular foot and visceral hump. Now a spongy and soft skin forms a mantle over hump. So in these organisms, a soft and spongy skin forms a mantle over hump, and the space that is present between this hump and this mantle, that is known as mantle cavity. This mantle cavity contains feathers like gills that helps in the respiration process to the organism belonging to the Mollusca. Now in their anterior head, they contain some sensory organs in the form of tentacles, and their mouth contains some specific type organs, that is known as radula. Usually the organism belonging to the Mollusca phylum, they are dioecious, means they have the separate male and female sexes. They are usually oviparous. They reproduce through sexual reproduction and shows indirect development. The examples of the organism belonging to Mollusca includes the Pilla, the Pinctada, the Sepia, Loligo, Octopus and Dentalium. So all these are the characteristics of the organism belonging to the Mollusca kingdom and their examples. Now we'll discuss our next phylum of animal kingdom, that is, now our next phylum is Echinodermata, that is 9th phylum of our animal kingdom. And this Echinodermata, the organism belonging to this kingdom, they are characterized by the presence of a calcareous ossicles on their body. So these organisms that belongs to Echinodermata, they have spiny body due to presence of calcareous ossicles. Usually these organisms have marine habitat, they shows organ level of body organization, and they are triploblastic in their origin. Further, the adult of Echinodermata, the adult organism of this Echinodermata, they shows radial symmetry, whereas their larval stages shows the bilateral symmetry. These organisms which belongs to Echinodermata, they have complete digestive system. That means their digestive system consists of mouth and anus. The mouth is present towards lower side, that is ventral side, and their anus is present towards upper side of the body. Further, they contains the main specific or most specific characteristic of this organism belonging to Echinodermata is the presence of water vascular system. The water vascular system present in the organism of this phylum helps in the process of locomotion, in capturing and transport of their food material. So this water vascular system, it plays the most important roles in their life, as it helps in locomotion and movement. It also helps in capturing of food, and it also helps in transport of food throughout their body. Usually the excretory system is absent in the organism belonging to this phylum, and usually they carry out sexual reproduction with external fertilization. That after fertilization the development is indirect and with free living larval forms. The examples of the organism belonging to Echinodermata includes the starfish, the sea urchin, sea lily and brittle stars. Now, so our next phylum, that is ninth phylum, is Hemichordata. Earlier this Hemichordata was included in Chordata, but because hemichordates do not have the true notochord, that's why they are now arranged in a separate kingdom, that is Hemichordates. So these hemichordates, they contain some rudiments of a specific structure that in their collar region, and this structure, it is similar to notochord and it is known as smetochord, and that's why these organisms belonging to this kingdom, they are arranged or they are divided into a separate kingdom. Further, the organism that belongs to this kingdom, they include usually some worm-like marine animals or organism, and these organisms, they shows organ level of body organization. That means they have some complex body organization. Their body is arranged into different organs. They shows bilateral symmetry. That means their body can be divided into two equal halves. They are triploblastic in origin. That means they contains three embryonic membranes. That is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. They have cylindrical body and their body is divided again into three parts. That is a anterior proboscis, a collar and a trunk. Trunk, that is nearly a stomach region. They contains open circulatory system. So their circulatory system is open type. And for respiration, because they are usually found in marine habitat, so they contains gills for the respiration process. Now their excretory organs usually are present in the form of proboscis gland, and these organisms, they have separate sexes, that is they shows dioecium or they are dioecious, and they carry out sexual reproduction with external fertilization and indirect development. The examples of hemichordates includes the Balanoglossus and Saccoglossus. Thank you, students.